All right, so this is the first episode of my C++ series, and this series is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna teach you how to learn C++. I'm probably gonna have maybe like 30 to 50 videos, me a lot of them. So there's so many things that you can teach about C++, and I'm hoping that it'll all be really easy and you can understand it. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you me and my friend's website, and what we're doing is we have our small little gaming like community we're doing. We're gonna start on some games. This is a small little website that I'll be posting videos on. It's rocketscienceproductions.weebly.com, and we just have some simple stuff and info. You can contact us if there's anything you need. We have some forums that you can visit, and we have some games that we're working on right now. You can go check those out, look at the details, whatever you want. But yeah. So first thing I'm gonna show you today is what a C++ compiler is. And this is more for people who have no clue what C++ is, never programmed ever in C++, whatever. So any programming language needs a compiler, and it's what takes the code that you wrote and it turns it into the machine code that your computer understands. So because I'm on Mac, which I won't be for long, I'm using Xcode, which you'll need to download from the Apple website. But so when you get Xcode downloaded, if you're on a Mac, if you're on Windows, I suggest Visual Basic. That's what I think is the best one. But I'm gonna be on Mac for now. So on Xcode, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to do a new Xcode project because we're working with C++. I want to do a command line tool. Make sure it's C++. And whatever you want, and press next. And you save it wherever you want. I'll just save it to C++ tutorials and new folder. Called it YouTube. Alright, so you have your little folder and you want to save it wherever you want. You can save wherever you want, but anything, if you're adding any special libraries or headers, they're all gonna need to be in that exact folder where your C++ is. So when you have this made, you want to go to your shows your little folders, and if you want, you can view. That's more for Windows things. But you want to go to your the .cpp. Now .cpp is, well, that extension is what C++ uses. Now this can be converted to exes, jars, I think, anything that computer can run. And so I'm just gonna show you a little bit around here. You have your editor. Oops, didn't do that. Here you can change the name of your file, what it is, like you have your C++ source code. You can have some object-oriented more things. You can have C. I think there's C hashing on here. You can have JavaScript, PHP. Really, most programming languages that are widely known, like HTML, all these things are on here. You can have in audio formats, image formats, videos, even anything you want. There's some more things that I'll be getting onto later on in the series. You can look around. You have counterparts, whatever you want. Yeah, like I said, I'll be getting more of these things later on. Now, if your thing doesn't look exactly like mine, there's some reasons with that. Oops, didn't need to go there. Well, one, you have your view. I like to have my view. Oops. I like to have my view to where everything is being shown. That way I can. What the heck? That way I can see everything at the same time. I can go to whatever CVP files I have. I can see the output, and I can change any of these things I need. You can also go into an organizer. This loads. And you can find certain things, and you can like drag them onto here to just have like little things that you want on your compiler main screen. You can end up having things like warning. I think you can do, like drag that out and have that on your thing. Also, I think I have this little top part blurred out. But you can go into things like you can go to all the settings and change things. Like I have it to where when I run, an extra compiler window comes up. Makes it a lot easier for me. I'll be getting into that probably on the next video. I don't want to go through too much right now. And also, I just want to get our main C++ files set up. Now this is how the majority of C++ files are always set up. Alright. So the first thing that goes is an include file. And you always need to include some sort of library. And that's shown by #include. Just like that. And look at, you can see that my little header thing's coming up. except a lot of them use quotes, but for now we won't use quotes. We'll be using this little less than arrow symbol. Inside we'll put an IOStream. Oops. And a greater than symbol. If this doesn't work for you, you might want to have like a .h, or you might want to try it in quotes. If you just put an IOStream, it should be fine. I'm gonna have a .h just in case. But see, look, I'm getting an error. Let's take out .h. It obviously doesn't want me to do that. Some compilers are different. All depends on how your settings are, whatever's in your file, blah blah blah. Anyway, so, after you include a file, IOStream is in the library pretty much one of the most basic, widely used, along with like CMath and things like that. It's just some of the most basic functions like cout, cin, which we'll get into right now. But you also want to say that you're using using namespace std for standard library, and this is semicolon. The semicolon is widely used in programming, and that pretty much says that it's an end of a programming line. We're including a statement, so we don't need a semicolon, but this is saying something, so we do need a semicolon. Now, the reason we have to use our std, it's pretty much saying, okay, so we're including IOStream, but it doesn't know what that really is. So you have to tell the compiler that you're using the standard library for your IOStream. After that, we're going to have int main with 2 parentheses, opening and closing, curly brackets, and let's go down. Now, the reason it's an int, and if you know what an integer is, it's a number, it's because at the end of a code, you usually have a return statement. And that's all that's saying is that it's going to return an integer saying whether it went through the code correctly or if it did not. And it doesn't affect your code in any way if you like use a return statement or not. Some compilers need it. I don't think Xcode actually does, though. But it's pretty much just telling you, the programmer, that it went through the code correctly. Even if it didn't do what you wanted it to do, it still went from the beginning of the code to the end of the code, which is where you put your return statement. And you can have different sets of code, like you can have 100 different like groups of code, but C++ compiler will always look for one called main. If you put the main on the bottom or in the middle or at the top or anywhere in between, it'll always do main first. No matter where it is, it'll always do main first. The reason you have parentheses is because you'll put flags in there. I'll get into flags in the later videos, mainly when I get into Allegro, which will be for graphics, but that won't come till much later. So also within the main, I'm going to use something like cout. And cout is pretty basic. It means computer out. That's just taking data from within the compiler or in the code itself and pushing out to the screen so people can see it right here in our output box. So we're going to put cout and less than. And when we get into other functions, we'll use greater than symbols. But for cout, you use less than symbols. It's kind of like an arrow-ish looking thingy. After that, we'll just have quotes, and we'll say, hello world. Hello world, for some reason, is like the main first test for people in programming. And we're going to want a semicolon after that. So we're going to say, like, we're couting, so we're pushing the text, because it's in quotes, hello world out to the screen, and we're ending that. At the end, we're just going to have return 0. So that's just returning 0, because it went to the bottom of the code. And now that we have that set, we're going to want to run it. I want you to take a look at your output box. Oops. Output. See? It's your little thing comes build succeeded. And like I said, my output box, I have it like pop up, and it also comes up there. But with my console, it says hello world, and it stops the code. You can see that it stopped because that little thing is like blurred out. If it was still running the code, that would stay. Thank you for watching. I'll get more into things like this for next video. For today, I want to show you like your compiler, how to like use your compiler, things like that. But thanks for watching, and bye.